Hey everybody, I was going to use today to talk about privacy coins and look at some of the top privacy coins in the market, but then this happened with Bitcoin and with the whole market. So I thought I'd jump in and do kind of a quick update on what's happening right now. In my previous video, I talked about how some altcoins were possibly acting as foreshadowing of a downturn in the market, and I was asking if that was going to affect more coins. Well, it seems like there is more downside happening. Why are we seeing a dip right now? Well, when it comes to Bitcoin, I mean, I think a lot of this is based on technicals. I think we were kind of heading this way anyways. It can't be helpful that this Barclays dropping Coinbase news came out right around the time we were testing some important support levels. A major bank dropping Coinbase is never going to be good news. That being said, I don't think it is what is solely driving this. Again, I think this is a little bit more technicals based. So yeah, we are seeing some support on this upward trend line. We're holding kind of in this, it doesn't hurt that it's in this zone of between 10.2 and 10.4. There's a nice support zone. So we are currently holding there, but if you look at most of the market and most coins, again, in my last video I was talking about how a lot of coins are losing their trend lines right now that they've been holding since earlier this year. And I was going to do an update video where I talk about ones that aren't, but if you go look at that last video, most of what I said about those other coins is more true for those coins, and most of the coins I was going to talk about still holding on have broken their trend lines. The big question, I guess, then, is Bitcoin going to be able to hold? And for that, I would like to kind of zoom out and look at the whole market, look at the total market cap, and see how that's doing right now. So let's look at that. Here we see the chart for the whole market cap. And as you can see, sure enough, we have just recently broken the trend line that the market as a whole has been holding since earlier this year. I do think this is a generally bearish shift as opposed to the bull run we've been on. This is kind of a bearish shift for the whole market. I think this is giving us a good chance that Bitcoin will break its own trend line. It might not, but this is not looking super optimistic for that. That being said, despite the fact that I really do think we're in kind of correction territory here, I also want to talk about, the one thing I want to touch on really quick is that I don't have the lines all drawn out here, but that descending channel that I have on the Bitcoin chart, that still applies here too. There's a real chance we're going to be testing down towards the lower end of that channel, seeing some more downside before we come back up. But I do want to talk about, to wrap this up, just how on the larger scale, not only is this not a problem, this is probably really healthy, and we're still very bullish for all of crypto as a whole, just for perspective. So let's move to the logarithmic scale, take a look at that. Now we're on the weekly and logarithmic for the entire market cap. I've hammered this point for a few coins, but let's just say it one more time for the whole of crypto. When you look at this, tell me we're in anywhere near bear territory. This is very bullish. It's been bullish pretty much for a long time. A return to this line here, probably roughly sideways, is probably the healthiest thing that can happen. I've mentioned before we could go like this, we could go like that or something. These are all possibilities, be aware of them. But I guess my point is that just because we're breaking this little trend line, this is the one we were just talking about, and on the weekly we're barely breaking it, doesn't really mean much. Unless we break this longer term trend, which I really recommend people keep an eye on, there's no point in even talking about a real bear recession for crypto. These are just corrections on a larger ascent. So I always say this isn't financial advice, but if you're inclined to buy crypto, maybe buy these dips. But and there might be more dips coming. We could see a return to this line. If it happened fast, we could see a significant dip across the market. It would probably bring, for Bitcoin, it would probably bring it down into the 6,000 or 7,000 range. But that doesn't mean there's anything fundamentally wrong here. So I guess I'll leave you on this optimistic note. Keep in mind these dips are healthy. They're always going to happen. And if you want to have more crypto, maybe buy them. All right, that should about do it for me today. I know it was a little bit of a shorter video, but I'll be back tomorrow talking about privacy coins, so watch out for that. As always, this is not investment advice, just my personal opinion. Do your own research, make your own decisions. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck with those trades.